want somebody to take me home, bring on the party, turn me on, and get to know me like what you see. Yeah, I'll set you free, and get to know me.
Hey, if you're new to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in New Smyrna Beach, you've come to the right place. I'm Rachel Ecoff, and my husband Matt is a local real estate expert, and we're here to show you the hottest spots and best places around town. If you're looking to move in the next 2 days, 20 days, or even 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. We would love to help you move to the beach. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can get further new notifications about everything living in New Smyrna Beach. Today we are in Daytona Beach, and we're gonna just walk around and kind of show you what Daytona area has to offer, what it looks like, and whether or not this is the right beach area for you. So let's go check out what Daytona has to offer. So we are just at the beginning of spring break, and Daytona Beach is known as the spring break capital of the world. And as you can see, it's just now starting, but it's starting to get really busy. And this is a great beach if you want to just lay out, if you want to do water activities, or if you just are visiting as a family and then maybe you want to call Daytona Beach your home. These are some of the things that you can expect. Whenever there is something like spring break going on, there's going to be a lot more influx of tourism and people flocking to the area to come hang out, spend their vacation. So you're going to see a very large uptick in people hanging out on the beach and using these areas. We are currently on the boardwalk of Daytona Beach, and it stretches all the way down here. Behind us is the Hilton Hotel. This was one of the biggest hotels out here on the beach. Also one of the nicest in our opinion. They do outdoor concerts here, and this is just a really great area for families. And if you go this direction, you can see that because there's a lot of tourism here, there's a Joe's Crab Shack out here. Now I know that that's a big chain restaurant, but what's unique about this one is that it's built out on the boardwalk and it's way out on the water, and it is kind of a cool destination for people to go to just to get out and have dinner out on the water. Now there are a bunch of other outdoor restaurants that are out here in Daytona that are on the water, but this one is kind of a fun staple for locals and tourists because it is built out on this big deck, and you can see people even out there fishing. Again, Daytona Beach is a big boating, fishing, and outdoor activity community. So those are some of the things that you're going to see out here. So let's go explore the boardwalk and kind of see the other attractions that are down here. So you may or may not recognize everything behind me here, but in the early 80s to 90s, this was the area that they would film MTV Spring Break, because Daytona Beach is considered the spring break capital of the world. We are in the northeast area of Volusia County. So if you would like to know more about the area in reference to where we're at, I would reference one of Matt's map videos on Daytona just so you can get a layout of the land. But that is where we're at. We're still in Volusia County, northeast part, right above New Smyrna Beach. So we're still a little bit north of that, between Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach, and then New Smyrna is the lowest. A little bit more about that, Jacksonville is about an hour and a half away. St. Augustine is about 45 minutes to an hour away from here. And then you've got Miami Beach, which is all the way south. That's about 3.5 hours from us. And Orlando is obviously more inland, but it's about an hour and a half from Daytona. So as far as population goes, Jacksonville is our #1 most populous city at about 1 million people in the state of Florida. Then there's Miami, which is about 500,000 people. And here in Daytona, we have a whopping 70,000 residents that live here, which is double the population of what is in New Smyrna Beach right now. So another good fact and fun fact about Daytona Beach area is that it does have affordable housing. It's one of the more affordable beach towns in Florida. So for reference, you can get something for like in the $2 million range, but you can also go as low as $75,000. So it's extremely versatile in what you can find, but also there's just a lot of places here that you can find that are going to be affordable for anybody really who's looking to get into the beach lifestyle. The average median income for Daytona Beach is just north of $55,000. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in and looking for the beach lifestyle on an affordable budget, please don't hesitate to reach out. We welcome Zoom calls, phone calls. We're really excited to help you move to the beach. So if Daytona looks like a place that you're interested in exploring more, then please reach out to us. There is a ton of things to do in the Daytona Beach area. There is shopping on a lot of different corners here. You have a never-ending amount of beach attire shops, restaurants, small local bars, and like in this building behind me here, this is a whole local mall of like beach attractions, restaurants, beach attire. Obviously, you're going to want some beach attire while you're out here, but there's a never-ending every corner. There is something to do in Daytona. So if you are an active person and you want shopping and lifestyle, Daytona is definitely the place for you.
All right, so as Rachel was saying, there's a ton of stuff to do here in Daytona. It's a huge vacation destination. So over 8 million people are traveling to Daytona Beach every year, making it a huge destination. We have Bike Week, which is one of the largest biking events in the entire country, in the entire world actually. People come in from all over the country. We have Spring Break capital of the world is what they call it. They call it the world's most famous beach. I don't know if it's the world's most famous beach anymore. And we have the NASCAR, of course. NASCAR did Pepsi 400. So we have some huge events. You know, we only have 70,000 residents that live in Daytona Beach, but all these different things. We have beach living, we have these shops and these plazas with corporate things like Sunglass Hut and Rocket Fist, to little boutique shops as well. So there's pretty much everything you need in Daytona Beach. Now, it's not going to be very quiet. I'm going to tell you that. If quiet beach living is for you, this is not the place for you. I'm going to have to call that a con for sure, because it is loud and it can be obnoxious sometimes. Of course, not in every single place in Daytona. If you're on the intracoastal side, you're not going to hear anything. However, other than the noise levels and the busyness of this place sometimes, it is one of the most affordable beach cities to live in the entire state of Florida. So not only is it a huge destination for tourists, bringing in over 800 million a year, it is one of the cheapest places in the United States. So 70,000 residents live in here. Average income of barely $50,000. It is a very, very affordable place. In fact, one of Florida's most affordable cities to live in that has beach lifestyle. So you're not far. I mean, you're maybe 25 minutes at the most anywhere in Daytona Beach away from the beach. Obviously, if you're on beachside, you're within walking distance. I think a scooter person just drove by me. Scooter distance, e-bike, golf cart ride from the beach. So affordability with close to the beach. Now, again, you're going to have some attractions. You're going to have some tourist stuff in the area, which is probably going to be a con, but also can be exciting if you're a people watcher. I could sit on one of these benches and probably be entertained all day long by just sitting here not talking to a soul, just walking by and seeing the people that are going to be around the area. But there are some areas like LPGA, like Margaritaville, which we have another video on, another neighborhood blog of Daytona Beach that's going to show some of those quieter places. But in this place right here, not so much. But you do have all the attractions, and so one-stop shop. So we're in the middle of Daytona Beach. Not a very big place, but we're right dab in the middle of it right now. We have iconic Daytona 500 right behind me. Right here in front of me, we have Bass Pro Shop. We have PF Chang's. We have AMC Movie Theater. We have hotels. So we have corporate for NASCAR. We have the Daytona Beach Airport. We have Embry-Riddle over in this direction. We have Halifax Hospital, which you can see the buildings in the background. These are our biggest employers in Daytona Beach, along with the Volusia County School Board, which is also right behind Mainland High School. So listen, talk about a pro living in Daytona Beach. I know there's only 70,000 people that live here, but if you work for a big corporate, or you work for the hospital, or you work for Daytona 500, or you work for Bass Pro Shop, or you work for the school board, or I don't know if I said hospital or not, I think I did, but if you work in a hospital, you can never be far away. You can never be more than 15 minutes from your employer if you live and work in Daytona Beach, and that is a huge thing. So again, even though there's only 70,000 people that live here, Daytona Beach is, for the East Coast and for the beach towns, probably the major city in the area. We also are going to stop at an outdoor mall, an outdoor outlet mall. But here again, we have numerous restaurants inside here. We have a Bass Pro Shop. We have 100 different shops and things like that. It's called Game Time. There's a guitar center in here. Fairfield by Marriott is also in this place. So, and then again, Daytona 500 right across the street, right across International Speedway, which is our biggest and the busiest road in Daytona Beach. I'll do a map video so you'll be able to see where everything's located in Daytona Beach. But this is the center. It took us maybe 5 minutes to get from the ocean, from beachside to mainland, to right in the center. So let's talk about it. So we're in the middle of Daytona. So let's talk about the houses real quick, because you're not going to be, if you work and live in Daytona Beach, you're never going to be more than 15 minutes away from your job. So average median home in Daytona Beach is $350,000. We got some great, wonderful neighborhoods like Margaritaville, like LPGA International, which are phenomenal. Houses range anywhere between $350,000 up to the multi-millions. We have subdevelopments as well in some of those larger communities, and then we have beachside living, which there are no real neighborhoods. There's some HOAs and condos and things like that. We have a median household income of only $50,000. That is not that much. Maybe it's a little bit higher than the national average, but it's not that high to live in a beach city. So to be close to Daytona 500 and Disney World and Universal Studios and SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and any event that you want in Jacksonville or St. Augustine, talk about centrally located for an affordable price. Rentals are going to run anywhere between $1,800 and $2,200. Like I said, average home is about $35,000. That would be great if it's $35,000. How about that? $350,000 for the average home here, and some really good schools. Again, we have Mainland and Spruce Creek High School, which are A-rated schools, and then there's no really A-rated middle school. If you know of an A-rated middle school, please tell me in the comments below, because I've never actually heard of an A or B-rated middle school. I think middle school is horrible. So we don't have any A or B middle schools here in Daytona Beach, but we have some decent elementary schools and some decent private schools as well. So great locations, centric, and one other thing about living that I want to bring up, this is all afforded, this isn't just Daytona Beach, but a perk. We have no state income tax. We maybe have no state real estate tax pretty soon. They're talking about it right now. But I also want to talk about something important on real estate tax right now. It is about 1.1% of the value of the appraised value of the home when you purchase. So this is a big deal. You cannot look at MLS paperwork and see that there's $1,000 or $2,000 property taxes on a property that you know you're going to close on for $1 million. If you know you're going to close on it for $1 million, just we're doing simple math here for me. At 1.1%, you're talking about $11,000 in taxes. Now that's not exemptions like military exemption or homestead exemption or wounded military exemption or over 65 exemption. There are some exemptions there that can bring that price down, but on average you're looking at 1.1% real estate tax on the appraised value when you close on the home. So there's some real estate facts on Daytona Beach. Let's go and check out the outlet mall and some more stuff to do in Daytona Beach.
All right, we are in LPGA International, the neighborhood in Daytona Beach, and we are standing in front of the least expensive house in here today, and it is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's 1,800 square feet. What you're gonna notice is that there's land behind this home that is preserved land. It's not buildable back there, so you're always gonna have that preserve that's not gonna have, you're not gonna have any neighbors looking into your backyard or anything like that. So that is a pro for this home in particular. Just looking at the neighborhood in general, it's a very typical Florida stucco style. All of the houses in here have a little bit different elevation of the front, but typically all have the same kind of Florida stucco style. Very typical Florida neighborhood. And this being the least expensive home in this neighborhood, we're on a really quiet street, nice landscaping, great Florida weather, and this is a really good buy for this LPGA International neighborhood. So a little bit about where we're at. We're on the west side of 95. Also, we're in the northern part of Volusia County, again, Daytona Beach. This is a typical neighborhood here in Daytona Beach. So this is kind of what you're gonna see. There's another one that we're gonna go see that's a little bit different, a little more exciting in my opinion, because they're almost finished building out. But LPGA is one of the largest neighborhoods in Daytona Beach and also one of the most sought after neighborhoods in this area. So we're about 10 minutes away from the beach. You're about 5 to 10 minutes away from the outlet malls, attractions, things like that, shopping, and you're pretty centrally located here in Daytona Beach. So you're really not that far away from anything that you need to get to. Although it's quiet out here and it seems like you could be just tucked away anywhere, we're really close to all the amenities that you need to get to. So you're shopping, grocery shopping, nightlife, anything like that. You're about 10 to 15 minutes away from anything that you need to be at. Also, if you refer back to one of Matt's map videos for Daytona, it'll better explain exactly about where we are at, but we are still in northeast Volusia County. All right, so let's go look at the next home. It's going to be at the higher price range for this neighborhood, and we're gonna go see what that looks like.
right, so we're at our most expensive house listed currently right now in LPGA International, listed for $900,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house that's 3,100 square feet. It does sit on the golf course, and it is a fairly new build, 2002, so it's about 20 years old. So it's a great house. You can see a Spanish-style house, Spanish-style roof. It sits on 0.4 acres, but it is on the golf course. So let's kind of walk around this way so I can kind of tell you a little bit about LPGA International. So this development is over 650 acres. It's known for its golf-centric atmosphere with a country club and a restaurant on the country club. Now, one thing about this golf course, it is a public golf course. A lot of people don't know that. And so you have access to all 18 holes as well as the restaurant. But this development, you would never actually know that we are in a straight line, probably a quarter mile, probably 0.25 miles from I-95 in this direction in front of me. You'd never know that because this is just so out and secluded. It is the #1 community in Daytona Beach as far as homes.com says. It's the #1 most desired community. So for the most expensive house, $900,000 home, Spanish style, huge lot, 0.4 acres, with a pool, sitting on a golf course with nothing behind you in Daytona Beach, 20 minutes from the ocean, 5 minutes from the outlet, 10 minutes from Daytona Speedway. I mean, that's a pretty good freaking deal. You compare that $900,000 home here and all the stuff that you get in a golf course community versus a $900,000 home on beachside New Smyrna Beach, which you're probably going to get about a 2-bedroom, 2-bath pool home, probably not that close to Flagler for that amount. I mean, we've actually done a prior video for a $960,000 house. It was 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot pool home, but it was next to Flagler and it was right across the street from the ocean. So really, what do you like? Do you like this? Do you like that? So LPGA is a great development. Again, 650 acres, golf-centric, a good amount of homes available in here, anywhere ranging from 300,000 all the way up to 900,000. Hey there, if you're new to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, or surrounding areas like Daytona Beach, Florida, you've come to the right place. My name is Matt Ekoff. I'm a local real estate expert. I'm joined with my beautiful wife, Rachel, and we're here to share everything from the hottest neighborhoods to the best things around town. Listen, we get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether you want to move in 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, don't hesitate to reach out and give us a call. We'd love to help you move to the beach. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so you get all the notifications about everything there is to know about New Smyrna Beach and surrounding areas.